All right. I think I'm live now. Boy, I had something set up wrong and I wasn't going live on YouTube. I was just on Facebook. Hopefully, I'm live on both now. Yeah, it looks like I'm live on both. Maybe? Yep. Cool. All right. Now let's wait till people come in. Hopefully, my audio's good. If I can get an audio check, guess I can check my audio. It'll cause a problem, but oh well. Let's see. Oh, wow. Yep. Looks like my audio's good. Awesome. All right. Looks like we got a couple of viewers coming in. There my lights went off. Okay, Google, turn on fish room. Yeah, that's nice feature.
Sorry, it looks like on 4K streaming box isn't available right now.
I have no idea what it's talking about. I had problems anyhow because my power adapter for my laptop decided to crap out on me. So scrambling around, I realized it's got a cord that's got to open in it. So if I flex it around, I can get it to connect back up. So we're good there. How's everybody doing tonight? Hey, hope you're watching. It's kind of I haven't been streaming in a while, so kind of a surprise deal for me and everyone else. All right. So we got 4 people coming in. Thank you for stopping by on a short notice. I'm going to try to do more consistently, be on Tuesday nights. Maybe 9 o'clock sounds a decent time to come on. Just haven't done it in a while. I guess I screwed something up. Somehow I had it going on Facebook Live, but did not have it going on YouTube Live. Strange. Let me fix this over. All right. So I have been super busy since the last time I did a live streaming. Went out recently with Tommy. With I guess he deleted his YouTube channel. With what I understand, looks like he's got Resident Alien or something. I think is his name now. I'm not positive exactly what it is. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's not a whole lot of people coming on. I haven't live streamed in so long. People aren't looking for me to live stream. I didn't announce it very far ahead of time. And then I screwed up getting in, got in kind of late. So anybody that was kind of in here on trying to get on time, probably on YouTube, was like, "Where's he at?" You see him coming, but oh well. And I was on uh, Happy Place Aquatics on Sunday. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed being on his channel. He's a pretty good guy. If you guys haven't checked him out, I would go check him out. He does. Hey, Hans is on. Yeah, it was kind of a last minute streaming idea. And then my computer died before I came on, so I kind of didn't get all the stuff I wanted to get together. I guess my computer didn't die. My power strip with a power bank for the laptop died. I had like 85% charge. I thought, well, I could probably still make it through, but I definitely wanted to try and find out, if I could actually get that going or not. I'm glad you're going to Houston this next month. That's a lot of fun. I was just at Steve's place with what's his name? Addicting Aquatics. Stopped by to his house last night, pick up some rodents that he had extra of. Because like me, he keeps snakes and stuff too. So, hey, spaghetti, Nana. Hey, good to see you too. I'm glad you got stopped by. Man, I've had a lot of stuff going on. Been super busy. Just over 2 weeks, I'm already stressed. Yeah, it's coming fast. One of my 3D printers looks like the board may have died on me because I can't connect to it right now. So I've got 2 that I'm still working, but I forgot to get them going before I came on the live stream. So they're sitting there not doing anything, not making me any money. So yeah, but I should have quite a few species of fish. Wish I had more, but I think it'll be all right. I'm not sure if I'm going to have the golden wonder killies. It should be big enough, but I don't know about you, but mine are about a little inch and a half or so long. The biggest stuff that I have. I thought my female had some kind of a disease or something going on with her because she had this weird black line across her side. It wasn't familiar with. I didn't see it before, but then it would like go away and then it would come back. I go, what is going on? So for like several weeks after I got him, I had him separated, I quarantined her, making sure she's all right, and I started looking real close and realized, oh wait, that's just her coloration. For some reason, she has that bright dark band that goes across her side. I mean, it's a pretty nice dark band, but then it goes completely away. So there's nothing wrong. So I stuck them together, got them breeding, and started getting a ton of eggs. I know you got a ton of eggs out of yours too. Let's see who's coming in here. Coro, how you doing, man? Jim's Fish, hello. Empire of Dirt Aquatics, Jeff Kane. Hello, Jeff. Haven't seen you in a while. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. My channel stopped growing completely, basically, because I stopped live streaming and haven't put many videos out. So, what did I expect? But just been super busy. Was building some outdoor stuff during the summertime, just nonstop stuff happening. If you probably follow along, I've had several car accidents and throughout the family and trying to get stuff fixed. And man, just crazy. Let's see who else came in here. Zen Ginger. Hello to you two. Hey, Matt. How's it going, man? I don't. You're probably coming from Facebook, aren't you? I bet you are. Ryan Benjamin. Oh wait, I can do that. I forgot. Man, I haven't done this in so long. I forgot I could do cool stuff. Thank you for the Grindle and micro worms. Yeah, I need some more vinegar eels. Somehow I end up killing off my vinegar eels. I mean, I guess I started thinking about it, and I had them in the containers. Kind of had a back stock of them, just sit in case something happened. Then I started thinking about it. Those things are like 3 years old. And I haven't touched it, so yeah, I think they died off. And my main culture, I got the little holes, ventilation holes on top. Somehow, one of the pieces of tape I had popped up, and or no, I know I had the filter media stuff shoved in there, and somehow fruit flies got in there and decimated it. So I'll see if I have any, that I can salvage somehow. But thanks, Ryan. Oh, Bailey, uh, might as well. Blue Blade Fish says my gold wonders are still a tad small. I've been feeding them like mad and growing them up, are they are sexable now, so I think they can be sold. See, I'm having troubles. I'm kind of wondering if I've got a bunch of males because I'm not able to sex them all out. They all look like they're starting to color up, and getting some fin colors on the edges, margins of the fins and stuff. I'm kind of a little worried. Yeah, what I'm really worried about is I got some rare killifish from the AKA. They went and got some rare and new fish, imported them in, and I got some of the Nema Pancheks. I can't remember the last name. They're pretty rare. Uh, I don't think there's too many of those around at all anymore. Or there may not be any. This may be the only batch that came in, just a few of them. But I should have got a trio, and which is one male and two females. Well, I knew they looked like that's what I had, but now as they're growing up, I definitely have two males. They're sparring together and they're coloring up. There's a third one that's kind of smaller, but it looks like it's starting to color up too. So I'm kind of getting a little worried that I've got three males, and that'll really be a bummer. But what I'll do is I'll contact the guy I got them from and see if anyone else is having the opposite problem. There's a chance that maybe that somebody else lost their male or has got like all females or something like that, and then we can work on that and try to solve that issue. I'm sure you were more happy to trade just to get something breeding. Hopefully, we can get those really out in the hobby. They're kind of a neat fish. They're a transitional fish between some of like the Epipleides and the oh, what's the other? There's another one similar to that, and then some of the other fish. So they're kind of a intermediate between the two, so it makes them kind of cool. I love the two types of killies now are the original clowns and blue glares. Oh, very cool. Hopefully, you can get the blue glares to breed. Man, I did not have very much luck at those at all. In fact, I had almost no luck. I had one fry that grew up to about an inch long and then died. I don't understand what's going on. Hans has had some luck with those, and I think his luck is kind of running out on us too. But I think the vitality of them is lower. The fertility of them is kind of dropping off. So, good day, Bobs. haven't had a chance to stop by and to your live streams. I keep missing you. So yeah, I'm usually kind of a lot busy, a lot of stuff going on. So hey, let me see here. What else did I get? I got. Let me look. It's easier just to look it up real quick because I got really bad memory. Uh, let's see. Was it no? Was it a inch? They're tie dyes, and I can't remember. I got some tie dye, and I can't remember what the genus is. It oh, Callipanchix tie dye. It doesn't seem right either. But okay, Google, turn on fish room. There we
Sorry,
go.
it looks like on 4K streaming box isn't available right now.
I have no idea why it's trying to turn on 4K streaming box. That's just the internet and the TV for the room. I have a TV in the corner. Your youngin says hi. Yeah, telling me I said hi. Let's see who else came in here. Hey, Bobs. Well, hello, Sarah. Man, I was just talking about how I may have gotten, so it's one of the rare killifish, I may have gotten 3 males. We'll see. I definitely have 2 males. Hopefully, I have at least one female. I can get some breeding going. Uh, well, I was just talking to Hans too. Hans and I and some other friends from the DFW area will be down in Houston for the big show down there. It's the uh, aquatic. What is it called? There's a reptile expo right beside of it too. Aquatic Nation Expo. It'll be on the first weekend of December. It's always the weekend after Thanksgiving. So we'll be down there. I know I'll have 3 tables. I've already bought. I don't know how many tables Hans is going to have, but he and I both have killifish, so we should have quite a few killies there. The AKA will have a booth there also, and the Taco, the Texas Area Killie Association, will be sharing a booth with the AKA because they're kind of a ad hoc committee from the AKA, so they're associated. They're just a regional group that we meet in Houston. Uh, Normally, we have a in the summertime we have a fish show down there, which has a raffle, not raffle, but a auction at the end of it. Man, that's the best place in the world to get fish. This year coming up, though, I think we're going to um, we're going to not going to be doing that. We're going to be doing the national convention. Is going to be in San Antonio this year, which will be awesome, and that will be June. Let me make sure. I think I know what the dates are, but I don't want to get it wrong. June. Let's see. Uh, yes, the June, like the 12th through the 15th. It won't be just the AKA. It'll be the AKA. It'll be the uh, Library Association, American Library Association, and the Cichlid. Is it North American Cichlid Association? I can't remember exactly how they go up. They'll be there, and then there'll be another group or two there too. So yeah, it'll be the Beta Congress will be there. I think there's another group. So it should be awesome. You're getting our pumping out babies, man. I haven't tried to breed those things in like months because I've got a whole tank. I probably have 40 of those sitting in a 10-gallon aquarium up there, and I don't want to produce any more until I can get rid of those. They're like almost adult size now. It sounds amazing. Yeah, it's going to be the Aquatic Expo, the Aquatic Nation Expo. Last year had 8,500 people coming through the door, and that was the first year they've done this. The reptiles next door, they had like 25,000 people come through their doors, and it's all the same promoter, just under one roof too. So there's just a dividing wall down the middle of this huge convention center. I mean, it's the reptile. Each side is the size of like Aquashella. So if you've been doing Aquashella, that's the room size. Now we had maybe a quarter of that filled up on the fish side because it's kind of brand new, just kind of getting started. I like this a lot better than Aquashella because it was more vendors, more people like me, breeders, people wanting to get out to me and Hans and stuff were out there. People like that. Wild Fish Tanks was there last year. The for us for the first year, man, the tables were cheap, real cheap. just to kind of get things going. Now they've had to up the prices, which is understandable because they have to pay for that room. Uh, so the prices went up. They're nowhere near Aquashella prices. I can't afford doing Aquashella, but I can afford to go down to Houston. And it was just a better feel to it too. I just like the vibe was better. I'm hoping they'll have a lot more vendors this year because we did really well there. I really had a good time at Houston. Houston was pretty cool. Maybe this year we'll go to the after show, the after party, and do the little auction they have afterwards. Kind of like they do at the. I don't think they do the Aquashella. No, like the NARBC, the National Reptile Breeders Conference. They have the raffle afterwards. Well, it's not really an raffle. It's a well, there's usually a raffle and there's an auction, live auction going on. So it's a lot of fun. I hope that doesn't end up replacing the quarterly. No, I don't see that competing in any way. That's a whole different region, and that's bigger. That's like an Aquashella type thing. And the local one up here is a totally different deal. It is small vendors, people like me, even smaller. I mean, the tables are super cheap there. And you get quite a few people coming through the door. Not nearly as many as down at the big show in Houston, but that's okay. I usually do really well. I can easily cover my cost and make some money doing that. So I don't think it's going to replace that whatsoever. Um, let's see here. Hey, Mexicali, how you doing, man? Yeah. Let's see if anybody else comes in. I didn't even know it was happening in a few weeks. That's about 20 minutes from my house in Houston. Hey, hopefully you can make it this year. It was a really big show last year, and it was just starting. A lot of the vendors kind of freaked out a little bit and getting really nervous because normally, like up here, we had the VIP an hour early. You could get an hour early VIP, and they're doing the same thing. Well, in this area, the ticket prices were pretty cheap to get in the door, so the VIP wasn't that expensive, and so nobody wanted to wait. So almost everybody would buy VIP. So when the VIP's doors would open up, the place would be full of people. People rush in. Man, it was you're on at that point on. You didn't even see a difference really between the main rush and that. Well, down in Houston, the ticket prices were a little higher, I think, and the VIPs were way higher. And it was the first time they were doing the show, and nobody knew what to expect. So when the VIP doors opened up, we were all looking around, and nobody was really coming in. And literally, just seemed like 3 or 4 people came in the door. So we're all kind of looking at each other, wide eyed, going like, "Oh, this is not good." We're all kind of sweating it and giving each other the stares. After a while, though, when they opened the regular doors up, we were expecting a big rush, like at the smaller expo. When they opened the doors up, people flood in pretty quick because they could fill that small space. Well, a bigger venue like that, when you have a big bottleneck coming in, it's one line. Well, there's a couple lines coming in. It took a while for the room to fill up. So 10 minutes after it opened up, and we're still looking around. There's a few people in there, and it's like, oh man, this is gonna flop. And then all of a sudden, everybody comes rushing in, and then we're looking at you smiling. Hey, we're making tons of money, and a lot of people in there meeting a lot of new people. It was just awesome. So, hey, Steven, definitely trying to make it out there. Yeah, it's a lot of fun down there, and it's a 2-day show. It's not just a 1-day show like the small show here. So if you get there Saturday night they do the auction and stuff. That would be kind of fun to hang out and see. You have to go and use the expo. Let's see. Look at the first. Yeah, she doesn't have time to plan it. It look like. Let's see. Yes, it was an amazing event. Yeah, Bob's was there last year too. He stopped by. I think he had a good time. I hope you make it out, Bob's. That'd be kind of fun. Didn't. Yep, I know it didn't work out last year for you. Let's see. What else we got? I was really confident hearing 100%. Absolutely. Yeah, that's how I started. I hope that never goes away because what they did for me was really great. Somebody that's not really sure what they're doing yet. I've done a lot of other expos for reptile stuff, not selling for me, but supporting the DFW Herpetological Society and things like that, doing tons of educational events. So I'm used to kind of that vibe and doing things, but I never tried selling for myself. I didn't know what to sell. So the table prices were like $60. Maybe it was $50. I can't remember when I first started. But you get a little 8 foot table, $50. You can't go wrong. I mean, surely you can sell $50 worth of stuff. So it worked out great from there on. That's why I usually get 3 tables there. We usually fill that, and it's kind of packed. All the logistics on yeah, you can't get a day free. I've been there, done that. I'm not, I ain't small. I consider myself probably medium now, or medium small. It's definitely not big, where I'd be at the Aquashellas doing those all the time. But yeah, we've decided that's still not in our budget. I was going to try to do it last year, but man, it was like we started doing the math on it, and the math wasn't mathing. You know what I mean? By the time we cover our booth, by the time we spent all the money to get out there and do all this, all the gas money, all the product, you have to buy stuff. I mean, it's all free to do all this. It was like, man, we wouldn't make that much money even if we sold everything we had. It just wouldn't be worth it. So, yeah, we decided not to do it. But hopefully, I'll get bigger. I'm putting everything I've got into it. That's for sure. Super cool. Make it out. Yep. I hope you like it too. That'd be really cool. I've never met Zen yet. I've heard lots of good things. I've seen you on here a lot. A lot of good things. So I've been trying to get some fry growing up. That's kind of what my main goal is. So I have got some new fry food. Of course, Aquarium Co-op's the Magic Nano food. So far, I like it. It's pretty good. What have been doing is using the fluvial bug bites, the granules, the tropical granules, and grinding them up, and that's working great. But I want to mix in some of these. I've been mixing it in with it. I tried some by itself, and fish seem to love it. They do go for it. Some of the other stuff that other people have great luck with for fry, my fry just didn't seem to like it. But this they went for immediately. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix in some of this with the bug bites, and the I'm going to add some decapsulated brine shrimp like I usually do. So that's kind of like my dry formula for my fry. So what I try to do is I feed that usually in the morning because it's faster. It's just in a little container like so. I just mix it up and start it in there, and it's got the tube that goes all down the middle. All I've got to do is squeeze, and it shoots out the top. So I can just go in some of my shoe boxes that are stacked kind of high. I can't get something that's straight because the rack above it's hit, so I can't get like that. So I've got to use this to go underneath of it and squirt them in there. But I can walk around, hit them real quick with this, and then the evenings I try to make. I've been kind of slacking here recently. I'm kind of busy doing other things, but get back on track making brine shrimp, baby brine shrimp every evening, and mix that with micro worms, and I'll mix that with some decapsulated brine shrimp too. And if I've got really small fry where I'm kind of worried they're not going to eat, I'll throw in some vinegar eels with that mix. So I'll take that and a eyedropper and go around and shoot those in the containers just like I do the others. So that's Bob's off the bed. Me work tomorrow. Thanks, man. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. So that's kind of what my routine for those are. I've got quite a few things. I've got some newer fish, like the new guys that I was talking about earlier, that I got from the AKA, and I got a couple other species too that are growing up. So I've got, I can't remember all I have, but there's several species that I'm trying to grow up. So I feed those twice a day. I haven't been pulling eggs or anything recently, so I'm kind of full. All my bins are filled up by a lot of little fry that won't be able to take to Houston. So hopefully, at the beginning of the year, I should have lots of different species. I've even got things like blue eye, what do you call those? Pseudomcgill. I got luminatus. The was it the red neon blue eye forktail? I think sometimes people call them too. But they're pseudomcgill luminatus. They're over here and they're growing up pretty good. I have a couple other containers of them that might be big enough to take out. I'll see if I can be able to sex them out. But I have quite a few of those. But like I said, I haven't pulled any eggs because I'll be gone for like at least 3 days. Be like like most of Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Come back late. I probably won't feed Sunday night. We'll be back in really late. Just probably throw all the fish that if I bring any fish back, which will probably end up bringing some back. Hurry up, throw those back in tanks, and get to bed for work the next morning. Wish I had more vacation time where I would take off and taking that Monday off. But not going to be able to do that. What else do I have? Oh, I've got some super red bristlenose, bunch of probably 30 2-inch babies of those I'll be bringing. Um, Maybe some corridors. I think I had some pygmy corridors that I picked up real cheap, and I haven't looked in there to make sure they're all right. So, oh man, you got to get up 3 a.m. Holy crap! Yeah, I get up a little before 6. I got 4 dogs, and it doesn't matter if it's weekend or not. I'm getting up at that time. But yeah, man. But how much? I might have tried to do my live stream a little earlier because I get kind of tired too, as you can tell. But so those shows are coming up. Those should be really cool. I can't wait for the national convention because I've actually been asked to be a speaker at the convention too. I'll be talking about my fried grow out system. If you haven't seen that, I've got a video on it on my channel. So take a look at that video. But there's been some upgrades and some changes. So I plan on bringing some props. So I plan on pretty much bringing maybe not a whole. I might bring the whole thing and give it away. But it's not real cheap because you got pumps in there, you got a bunch of components. It adds up pretty quick. Plus, you kind of customize it. I encourage people to customize it to their needs. People have taken it and saw it, liked it, but said, hey, I like to do something different, which is the whole idea. So that's what's nice about it. Lots of different customizations you can do to it. You can take the general concept and expand it. So I'll probably bring a bunch of that to the AKA, and that way some of the stuff will be like half done, so I can show people how I've built stuff and the easy ways, the shortcuts, and some of the pitfalls. Oh, you did replicate it. Awesome. Hopefully it's working out good for you. The video was super helpful. Good. Good. I need to update it. Man, I keep saying that, but I never get around to it. But I need to do a new video on some of the changes that I've made and some of the changes I want to make. There's definitely some improvements can be done. But I'm happy with the system. It does get plugged up every once in a while, so I use a pipette and I shoot water back through the little tubes that put the water in there to kind of free it up. But that could probably be fixed with a better filtration system coming into the pump before it goes to all the little whatever's getting into your water. So that's easy to fix. I just haven't had time to come up with an idea to fix that. Um, what else have I got going on? Like I was talking about earlier, I was at I'm a contractor for adaptation, and adaptation. I think it's all they're going by now. It's just adaptation. But what we do is we go out. Well, I do. So I'm the contractor from them. They have lots of other things they do, but I go out and I teach people about our native snakes, and especially venomous snakes, and we do some venomous hands-on venomous training, venomous snake training for them because these guys working out there, they're building. Uh, Basically, they're farming, for lack of a better term, power. They're putting all the solar panels out there, so they come through and they drill, or they drill or drive holes with the stakes in the ground, and then they start. That's where they're going to mount all the hardware for the solar panels, and then underneath of that's the inverters, all the electronic stuff for it. Well, they're going out clearing all these spaces that were in the snakes, and they wanted to make sure they're safe about it. So they sent in a safety coordinators from multiple places around Texas, and they were going to send somebody from Louisiana to the thing for the training. So these are the guys they want handling the snakes, not just anybody. So I guess what they do is they show up to a location they're going to develop, and they'll have some lead people, like safety people, and some people know what they're doing. But most of the hands-on major work is done by people from the area. So they'll hire local people that maybe work at a Walmart the day before. So they got to train them up. So obviously they don't want just anybody working with venomous snakes. So I did that training out there all day long. That was kind of fun. It's more kind of fun. I enjoy doing that. Uh, what else have I been got going on? Man, I don't know. I'm getting about 10 different things. Outside tubbing. I got some of it done. I never really got everything up and working the way I want, so I need to put a lot more work into that. I have some killifish that are from Turkey, and I think I can do it from Iran. I need to look at the ones that are from Iran just to see if I can move them outside. The goal would be to keep them outside all winter long. I know the ones that I've got from Turkey, they're the oh, what are they? They're not amphiosimians. They're boy, man, it starts getting late now. My brain is burnt out. Aphanis. These are these are kind of like the Aphanis Mentos, but they're a little different because they can handle the same climate basically theirs we have here. What I'll have to keep from happening is freezing solid. So if we get a super cold winter like we did a couple of years ago, I'm going to be worried. So I'll have to bring as much stuff inside, or I'll have to throw heaters in there or whatever. Well, hello, resident alien Tommy from Silver Creek Aquatics, stopping by. Man, we went out last weekend to the Fort Worth Nature Center. I was wanting to take him out to one of the wildlife management areas we have here. It's just incredible, man. Huge ponds out there, tons of wildlife, and there's waterfowl. There's lots of fish. You can do some dip netting out there, fishing even if you want to. Bluefin killifish that I find there are found there and not supposed to be in Texas. Golden top minnows, and there's just a whole plethora of cool stuff, man. Just being out there is awesome. Gators, alligators are out there, but it's hunting season. Had the whole place closed down, so we decided to go to the Fort Worth Nature Center. That's like 3,700 acres, something like that. It's like one of the biggest nature centers the city any city owns in the whole country. Lots of different habitat types, but I was hoping to see some gators and maybe hope run across a cottonmouth because there are a lot of cottonmouths out there if you know where to look. So we walked around out there for quite a while. We ended up finding two gators. Yeah, and here we go. Saw two gators. It was worth it. Oh, clean up some nasties so the critters could thrive better. Yep, and yeah, Tom picked up quite a few stuff. He was pretty good about that. I was missing stuff, but he was picking up all kind of trash and junk laying around. But we saw one of the large gators, which we were told. I stopped by the Hardwick Center because I've been going to the Nature Center and doing educational events for almost 30 years now. So everybody knows me up there. So I went and talked to the staff, and they told me there was where some gator where a gator alligator was at that had a some babies. So if you go to the Fort Worth Nature Center's YouTube page, or is this Facebook? I think maybe it's YouTube too. But they're doing some research out there on them, and they had captured and tagged some of these all they can find. They're capturing and tagging. And this particular one had made a nest, and she had babies. So her babies are out there too. So we knew where she was supposed to be at. Sure enough, she was there. But you only see the snout sticking out of the water, so you see the nose and the eyes all the way across there. So yeah, it's neat. But it's kind of like, oh yeah, gee whiz, there's something over there. But you got to really know what you're looking for to even see that. So then we walked up a little farther up a trail along the Trinity River, and there's a big tree had fallen across the trail. I mean, a huge tree. It's probably a big cottonwood, and they cut the center of it out. The section they cut out was probably, I don't know, I think Tommy 3 foot in diameter. They cut the piece out, and the rest of it was laying in the river. And sure enough, there's about a 3 to 4 foot alligator crawling up into those limbs up out of the water, and there was a guy coming down the river fishing, and he was casting and having a good time. I don't think he ever even saw that. So while we're standing there, and all of a sudden, on the opposite bank, here comes two deer running through the woods. There was a buck chasing a doe right along the shoreline. He was chasing her all around. Finally, they saw us, and they saw the guy in the kayak, and they stopped and tried to get some video by them, but it was already, they were too far back in the woods. It was a decent sized buck, too. I was out there several years ago and looking for alligators like that, and across the other shore there was a Barbados sheep, and it was following me. So there's a farm on that side. Sometimes things get out or whatever. It's probably one of their sheep. It's probably been living over there for a while. It's a very dense wooded area, and it followed me up the trail. Well, on the opposite side of the river, so it was just calling to me, making all kind of crazy noises and following. Well, I was going up to called the Big Hole, and there was a big alligator, it was like a 10-foot alligator sitting that hung out in that hole. So this crazy sheep followed me, a big old, nice big ram, it's nice big animal, followed me all the way up there, and I was standing on the other side watching this big gator sitting on the log, and that that sheep was going back and forth, and finally it came down to the water's edge, and I'm thinking, oh man, get my camera ready. This is going to be a National Geographic moment. But all it did was just scare the gator, and the gator went away. And I was like, well, that's kind of lame. You know, I was hoping to have a pretty cool experience, but that didn't happen. So then, of course, we're walking along, and Tommy did not see the snake that was right by his feet. And of course, I saw it and said, hey, check that out. Well, when he turned around and saw the snake, he did some serious high stepping. I think I saw his soul leave his body. So if you walk around out there, you might find the soul of Tommy. Hopefully, you found him. But yeah, that was fun. It was a fun day. Hopefully, do more of that. Hopefully, do some collecting when it starts warming back up. Things are kind of getting cold now. It's going to start slowing down. It rained pretty good. Man, it didn't rain too much. It did rain enough to cool the water all down. So it's just kind of like, hey, it took a while. But I'll probably not going to do a whole lot until next spring, probably around March, April. They'll open up that area back up. Hopefully it'll rain because it was so dry out there. Last time I was there, it was, man, half the stuff was not even, didn't have water in it. So hopefully it'll come back because there's just, man, it seems like there's hundreds of acres of lotus, and there's tons of arrowhead plant, and there's quite a few swords, native sword plants there too. But the swords and the arrowheads, they look, when they come out of the water, they're immersed. I mean, they look really similar. You have to look at some of the flowers, or you have to look at the way the shape of the stalk is round or if it's triangular shape. That's basically the only way you can tell. If you're just looking at it quickly, I can't tell the difference. I need to get down there and look at it. I did collect some of it. If I was collecting all swords, when I got back, I realized most of what I collected was arrowhead. But that was okay because I planted them in a small. There's Rubbermaids. They make a Rubbermaid. They're a 50-gallon Rubbermaid. It's probably only 12 inches tall total, but it's got like the center of the bottom of it kind of comes in a little bit. So I filled it up about I'm almost halfway full of just soil, and ended up raining on it. I was gonna cap it, but it didn't really need capped. It just didn't get nasty, so I just left it. And then so ended up just laying those in there. I didn't even really plan them right because I was kind of in a hurry. Well, I didn't get back to it in time. Well, next thing you know, they just took off. I mean, they did wonderful. They were sending out long runners with flowers on it, and they were hitting other. They actually tried to get in other tubs. I had to cut them off because they were trying to spread through all my tubs. Uh, Very successful. They grew really big and beautiful. So hopefully, I can keep them. They'll come back next year. They should. They're native to the area, so there shouldn't be any reason they shouldn't come back. Unless that just freezes really hard or something, and the wild they would be deep enough or have enough volume underneath of them that it wouldn't freeze because these are kind of above ground, not sunk in the ground at all. So those plants are really cool. Hopefully next year I can make more and do it better. I want to start doing some more native stuff. Well, hello, Renee. How are you tonight? I like to do some more native plants, not just aquatics, but all of our native, all our native plants, and start getting rid of my yard. Get rid of that St. Augustine and Bermuda and all the other junk I have in the yard, and just start going to some natives. I've already picked up some natives, so I think it'd be cool. My vision is to have an outdoor area that I can have a mix of tubs and native plants. So if I do it right, I should be able to get some of the native plants growing up. You have to use some major trees like oaks and stuff like that, give me some shade. So hopefully I can get some of the native plants, the bushing type plants, over top of the tubs to kind of shade them and produce insects for the fish to eat, and kind of like a mini pond, but not sunk in the ground, be above ground. And see if I can create an ecosystem. The major problem I'm having is trying to cover them correctly so I can get some insects in, but I don't want dragonfly nymphs and things like that in there. The tubs I have outside now, they're full of, man, all kinds of beetles. There's just, it's a plethora in there of all kind of wildlife, and I didn't even put anything in there. It just kind of shows up. Uh, Johnson grass burrs sounds like my old backyard. Yeah, trying to get rid of the Johnson grass. I don't think I have any Johnson grass back there right now. I have some Johnson grass in the front, by the bar ditch. Some grows in there. I don't have that many birds in the back, but I've sandbirds in the front yard. That's what sucks. I gotta get rid of those too. Uh, yeah, you got a really cool. How's your uh, Hans? How's your since I think, oh man, man, I'm getting tired. What the heck, you put plants in the wintertime. Your greenhouse. How's your greenhouse holding up? That was a. I liked your presentation on that to the AKA. I need to double check. I don't know if I ever uploaded that to my channel. Did I ever upload your speech? I'll have to double check that. For some reason, I don't think I did. Oh no, take a look. Greenhouse. Yeah, your greenhouse. This time of year it should be thriving because it's starting to cool down, so you shouldn't be fighting the temperatures. So hopefully your greenhouse is really starting to kick butt, and that's that's one of the things I haven't really done. I don't want to fight the heat when it's 110 degrees out, full sun. I don't have any shade. You get the nice tree to kind of helps you a little bit, but I don't have that. Uh, so I don't know. Yeah, doing well. Let's see, doing well. Plants are growing again now that the leaves are falling off of the way. Yeah, falling out of the way. Yeah, so yeah, it's kind of double edged sword, isn't it? You got shade to keep the heat down, but then you don't have the sun to grow the plants. So what I think I might try, I was kicking around the idea, is I won't be able to do it right. I'll do a real greenhouse, but if I kind of did a hybrid where I could cover it with greenhouse material like this time of year, just cover up a. Basically, I have a structures they're mews from up for birds for like falcons and hawks and stuff like that, owls or whatever. But it's a 10 by 20 dog kennel. So it's got like a cyclone fence around the side, but it's panels. It's all paneled up, and then on the top, we've reinforced top with big long pieces of metal, a bunch of metal rods, and then put different kind of materials on top to make a roof on it. And it's about half covered with shade cloth, so that keeps everything about half sun, half shade. Man, it works great. But if I could during the summertime put the shade cloth on, maybe on the sides, cover the whole thing with shade cloth, or most of it, except for the one edge so the morning sun kind of comes in there and gets some sunlight. And then this time of year, pull all that off and put some kind of sun, greenhouse material over it, and maybe somehow be able to seal it up good enough where I can keep the heat in. I feel I kind of do about the best of both worlds. But what'll probably happen is I'll probably have the worst of both worlds. It probably will be a lot of work and money and suck. But I don't know. It might work. You just have to time it right when you're switching over between the winter and the fall. But I've got some tubs out, and that I'm not using that Mew anymore for birds right now. So I threw some like 27, 30 gallon tub things that you used to use for like cattle food and stuff. Threw some of those in there and threw water in there and threw what I put in there. Duck we got in there, but put some guppy grass and hornwort in there. And the hornwort and stuff is doing awesome. Taking off, it's filling those things up. Still have a lot of insects as I did not cover them. So I didn't really want to. So I ended up throwing what I put in there. I put some white clouds in there, and I don't know what else. I can't remember off the top of my head what's in there. What else did I put in there? Put a Paris something in there. I can't remember off the top of my head. What did I put in there? That's kind of bugging me, but oh well, it's not a big deal. I saw some things outside, but I'm afraid that the aliens, all the dragonfly larvae, are gonna start munching on my fish. So that's my major issue. I ended up buying well, I saw it, and I definitely wanted a little monitor that it's just basically it's a screen. And it's nothing but a screen. It's really super thin, and I can power it with my cell phone. So I can hook this screen up. It's a 20, I think it's 17-inch screen, and I can hook it up to my cell phone and run it off of that, or I can hook up to this laptop I'm on and run it off of that. It was pretty cheap too. It was only I think it was $40 I paid for it. Uh, that was really cool. It's going to help me out a lot. So now I can have a screen over here. I can do presentations. I didn't have a chance to even get anything ready for tonight. But maybe the next live stream, I will pull up some photos of some of the new fish I've got and kind of start going over that. Uh, get more into the fish stuff. So I've got to do more. Let's see what do we got here. I thought about building a passive greenhouse off the side of my house, which is basically like a lean-to that holds radiant heat from the house inside, out the house itself. That's not a bad idea. I don't really have a side that I can do that with, just the way it lays out. I'm liking the always enclosed aspect. Keeps bugs and critters out. No beetles or caterpillars or birds, frogs causing problems. Uh, the tiny bugs, gnats, ants, etc., get in there. Well, the ants not so much. Some of that stuff can be, food for your fish. I had I had a ton of toads take over, toads and then leopard frogs. I mean, I think I counted like 9 or 10. No, it was 13 that one night. One night I counted 13 leopard frogs in my tubs. I saw bluefin killifish. I need some more bluefins. Yeah, so do I. Uh, I'm running out of those. But yeah, what was I saying? Um, what was I can't remember what I was talking about. Man, that was like squirrel. Oh well. ADHD is a really cool thing, except when you get really tired and then you start losing the focus. Uh, that's really hard to manage it. South is best, but southeast, south corner work for passive as well. Yeah, yeah, toads. Oh yeah, the toads in my tank. So yeah, I had toads show up. So I see all these leopard frogs. All right, they're in there breeding, they're calling. You can hear them calling. Every once in a while, I saw some of the Woodhouse's toads and the Gulf Coast toads around, but not very often. Well, then I started noticing tons of tadpoles in my tubs, and what it was, they were all toads. So some of the toads got in there and bred, but the leopard frogs never were able to breed in those tanks. I don't know why they didn't breed in there, but the toads did. And I mean, the toads took over. There was hundreds and hundreds of toads, toadlets in there. They all morphed out and dispersed. So I have toads all over the yard now. You probably walk through the imaginary doorway. Yeah, yeah. It just goes dead. Oh man. So yeah, I sent you some. Uh, so yeah, I'm getting tired. I got to get my uh, game going again on the hatching out the brine shrimp. I get those going good. Hopefully, I can get more of these fish ready to go for Houston. But I'm running out of time, so I think probably what's big enough to go now is what's going to go. Doing some water changes tonight out in the living room tanks. Uh, but we'll see what I can pull together. I'm wishing I had more. I think I'm gonna be a little light on fish, but my wife has got a ton of stuff that she can sell too, and we'll make it work. We'll definitely make it work, and hopefully I can see a lot of you coming out to San Antonio next year for the the American Killifish Association's national convention. I have not been to a national convention yet, but I've already been asked to be a speaker and be uh, a co-chair for the breakdown committee. So I'll be helping breaking down everything at the end of the show. So I can always use help for that. I'll start soliciting for that now. That's so we can. Hopefully, we'll do it Saturday night after everything's over. So we late, and then we'll sit around, maybe have a beer or two, and relax a little bit and break everything down and be done with it. Do they have a solid? Yes, solid dates are solid now. It's the Father's Day weekend, the Thursday through Sunday on that Father's Day weekend, June 12th through the 15th, and that is a solid date. When is that national convention? Okay, I just covered that. June. So I'm probably gonna be I'll probably head out Wednesday, and I'll be there all the way till Sunday. So that's gonna be fun. Um, I would love to attend. You're out there a long ways, but there's people coming from all over the country. This could be a big show with all the other groups too, always combined together. It's going to be a lot of fish there, and they do have areas where you can sell. Individual people can sell stuff. It should be pretty awesome. Should be pretty awesome, obviously. Um, so I'm definitely stoked. But I need to get with somebody and kind of figure out how they like. Sarah could probably help me on this, but when you're doing an event that's that long, because I've got to leave probably Wednesday to get down there, get all help getting set up, and then Thursday, I'll be giving a talk on Thursday. So I'm going to have fish that I'm going to be having a show, and I'm going to be trying to sell. So do you halfway through all this? Do you do water changes, or do you just kind of like it just works out fine? You don't have to worry about it. I don't know. Yep, there's Blueberry helped us out too. Yeah, they're working on getting everything ready to put on the website and to get a flyer out. Try to get my bio and all that stuff to them, get that all ready. So yeah, there should be hopefully it'll be out soon because I like to know what hotel they're at so I can start booking the rooms. But I don't like I said I've done like a 2 day show like going down to Houston. I can bag up fish on Thursday night, late Friday afternoon, and then take off. But then it's only going to be in the bags a couple of days. It's not a big deal. But for the convention, if I'm going to have to bag up fish probably Tuesday, uh, pack everything in a car Wednesday morning-ish afternoon, finish up stuff, get out of there. It's like a 4 hour drive for me to San Antonio. Get there in time to help set up or whatever. So fish are going to be in bags from Tuesday, potentially all the way to Monday. So it's almost a week, and I think that might be a little too long. Now, it might work, but that's pushing it. Huh, your son's stationed at Lachlan, so it's be a perfect excuse. Oh man, sweet. Yeah, come on out. I think this going to be a kick ass show. Um, they're usually those auctions are just man, bring some money and bring some coolers because those auctions, man, stuff goes away so cheap. Uh, I can't wait for that. This at this show, we're coming up December too. Uh, I think I guess I'm not really sure what's going on. There might be some kind of an auction going on for the taco too. There was some talk about that. I know he got some fish in, some live bears, and some pretty cool South American annual killifish that I think he's planning on auctioning off. I'm not sure the details what's going on with that exactly, so I can't really say. It might just be a select people. I don't know what's going on with that. Once I know more, I'll let you know. I'm going to plan to be there. According to the data I have right now, I love to go to the AKA event. Man, let's do it. That'd be awesome. In fact, some of those other guys like Haddon Place and stuff, they're going to go into the Aquashella. I think this is going to be better than Aquashella. I think you have a lot more fun. Uh, Man. Okay, yeah, here we go. Hans is going to help me out here for the Tampa one. I had all the showfish in half-gallon jars, the square ones, that nuts come in. Oops, let's go back up here. That way I could refresh them easy. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, especially for that. The last six banded passed through Great Boa. I need more Achilles. The last six, at least six banded passed through the Great. Oh, okay, beyond. Okay, yeah, six band is kind of cool. But yeah, there's man, that'd be the way to get it. We even for any of the if you look up for uh, any of these shows that are coming up, there's going to be the Killifish Carnival coming up. I think it's probably the next one. And I think it's probably the beginning of the year. Uh, Man, a lot of times they'll do proxy bidding, so you can get in there. You can get a list of fish are going to be available. You can put in send an email to whoever the contact person is with your bids, what your top bid is, maximum bid for whatever you want, and you can stipulate some things. Some shows are You can stipulate, okay, I want to spend $100, and you can have all these stipulations on it, and they keep track of that for you, and they'll have somebody there bidding on your behalf, and then you just pay for shipping to have them shipped to you, and that's all laid out in the rules and stuff for the show. So that's a great way of doing it too. So you don't have to be there even; you can still see what's going on. Does Taco do its own convention? Yes. Normally we do it in the summertime, August to June, July. It's bounced around a little bit. But normally we do one in the summertime, and I can't see us doing our own convention if we're doing the big one right here in Texas. This will be the first time they've done it in Texas. Normally it's in the Northeast or at least the northern part of the United States. Almost always in the Northeast. So this will be pretty cool. This will be kind of a rare case too. Yeah, the Taco Bell Taco Bell review. I like that one. That's a lot of fun. That's man, that's a lot. It's great to hang out with people too, meet new friends, and seeing all these cool fish. And yeah, it's a really good event. I really enjoy it. There's always something going on, some talks going on Saturday after the fish are judged. Uh, then Art usually would cook some food for us, and we'd have a nice cookout. Uh, then after done on Sunday, we will auction off a lot of the fish. See, different shows do things differently. The way they did it at Taco is you could actually enter fish into the show for free, no charge on it. Some events charge you to enter fish if you're not going to auction them off. Other ones you have to auction everything, like the National Convention. If it's in a show, it gets auctioned off. Uh, that's how they make money for the AKA. But Taco, there was no fees for entering the show, no fees if you didn't want to auction it off at the end of the show. You can take it home with you, which is cool with me because I can bring my nice breeders out there, show them off, and take them home, and then bring some other stuff that's nice, but it's not my breeders, but I can sell those off too. Then you can actually donate stuff and bring other things in for the auction. You don't have to be. It wasn't the only thing that was in the show. There was plants. There was some bettas there. There was tons of killifish. So it's a really nice mix, and some supplies, even some artwork, things like that. They auction off, and that takes several hours. It's a pretty big event to auction off hundreds of items, and man, it's just a really cool to sit around and have fun doing it. During this event, lady brought her little puppy, and our puppy we're in Art's living room and doing the auction. So this is a nice little intimate room. I don't know how many people are in the room, but not a ton, under 50 for sure. And the little dog grabs this little bed it's on, pulls the bed right into the middle of the floor, curls up like he had to be the center of attention. It was kind of fun. So Blue Blade is Hans that you're speaking highly of. Exactly. Blue Blade is Hans, only in person. If you mail in fish, they get auction. Okay. Thanks for the clarification. I forgot about that little stipulation. If you do send fish to Taco, they're going to be auctioned off because they don't want to send them back. It's kind of a pain. Oh yeah. And the Killifish people seem to be super awesome. I mean, man, I love the fish fan. Everybody seems to be awesome, but the Killifish people are kind of, I don't know, man. They pretty tight group of people. Yeah, you always got somebody in there that's rotten, but no, not too many. It's I can't really think of anything in our close group that are pain in the butts. But I've heard of some issues, but very few. That's what's nice. There's always going to be something. You can't have everything perfect, but some of the other groups I've been into have been a lot more troublemakers. But it seems to be a lot of good people. Everybody helps everybody out. Um, I know at the last, not just the killifish, just the fish people, but the last event they did here, the last expo in the DFW area, there was just some people that ended up setting up a together area, and they all helped each other out. They were bagging fish for each other, and it wasn't even a setup at the beginning. They didn't plan it or anything. They just kind of showed up and things worked out. Everybody was pitching in and helping everybody, and that's what I like to see. There's other groups that it's all cutthroat, but you know, Hans and I sometimes sell the same fish, so in a way we're competing, but yet we're not competing. If he's got better fish than I do, I'll send people his way. No problems at all. He does the same thing to me. So that's how I think if you work together, you bring everybody up. If you can bring your buddy up or your competitor up, you can bring yourself up too. Uh, Especially, I want to see my anybody that's breeding killifish do extremely well, try to do better than me, because that makes me want to do better, and then everybody wins. If you push me and make me work harder to do a better job or come up with something better, then I'll push you back. You have to come up with something better. Then the fish win because they all get better treatment. They all look better, and we both win, and the public wins. It's a win-win every way around. Hope to meet y'all in person someday. Yeah, hey, do it. Let's go. Hans is up here, so there's a chance you can meet him in this area. If you ever come to one of the local fish expos, he's out there too. And you got Steve. He's one of us. So yeah, come on down to Houston. It's only a couple weeks away. It's 4 hours from me, so it's really not that far. That's absolutely been my experience with Killy folk. Oh yeah, everybody likes to teach people. As far as I know, there's very few people that are gatekeepers. I mean, if somebody learns something, they want to tell everybody. It's pretty cool. Everybody wants to help everybody out, get things breeding, and pass on all the information they have. So I'm always happy to do that too. If I find something cool like the breeder the breeding grow outs that I have, the fry grow outs, I'm glad our people have kind of done their own way with that. I know a bunch of people that have modified it and changed it a little bit, and I think it's great because my way is definitely not the best way for everybody. It might be a good way for me, but it's certainly not going to work for everybody. So uh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's already 10 o'clock. It's after 10. I got a late start. Yeah, setting this. I use EV Mux. I don't know what everybody else uses for live stream, but I use EV Mux, and it's pretty good. It works great, but I just hadn't used it in a while, and I somehow clicked off of having it go to YouTube to actually present my live YouTube. So I had to get back out, flip that back on, and get back in. So that's what the delay was. Hopefully next week I can do this again, and I will prepare a little more. Hopefully have some really cool pictures and some information that I can provide. And until then, you can always ask me any kind of questions. Maybe prompt me to talk about some cool stuff. I could even talk about keeping some of these killies, or I'll probably do that. I'll probably pick a species or a couple of different species that I've got, some of the newer stuff, and show how I found the information that I can on them, pictures of them, things like that. So maybe how to get your own. I also do have some. I know Hans does too. We have uh, some killifish on get gills. I think he also does. Or had been doing aquabid, but I have not done aquabid yet. I don't have a few species up on get gills. We're coming to a bigger event. I don't want to sell too much stuff because I actually want to have some stock to go to the local show. But after that's done, if I still have lots of fry, I'm going to put a lot of stuff on aquabid. Uh, should I clear house a little bit? Early starter, so I'm off. Great night, y'all. Always good to chat with y'all. You too, man. I will see you later. In fact, I am going to call it quits. So thanks for showing up and have a good evening.